Madden NFL 23. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Vikings and the Broncos under the lights on Sunday night.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
We go from Denver. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They start the drive with Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 15 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
Now Mahomes. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive with White. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This defense for the Broncos, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Throwing on first down. Doyle. Over the middle, complete. It's White. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receivers.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamar Chase, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw pulled in by Marshall. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Mahomes now to throw. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. second down. Cook.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The pickup there, 5 yards. They'll try the middle with Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes going to throw. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, little out route here, complete to Shepard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Amari Barno racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw here. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Eater touchdown pass number 30 on the year last time he had the ball. We'll look to build on things here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Doyle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. On the ground, this is the former Viking, Jared McKinnon. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They run once more with McKinnon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's closing in on that number. They're all running back circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. He's going to have the first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Off play action. Doyle. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
From the gun on 3rd down. Doyle. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. first down. Doyle. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
You know I love football.
And now before the ball changes hands, just to make sure.
After review of the play,
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Doyle. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collection. Because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On first down, Mahomes. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down, Mahomes. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Mahomes' throw caught by Higgins. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before break. Doyle, he finds his man, complete. That's Wheeler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Joe Mixon, well over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. From there, we're off to check out another game, and it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Deshaun Watson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he returns this to the 22. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Adafe Owe there on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the bootleg. Doyle. They'll roll him out right. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. Touchdown, Vikings!
Bottom line, he's really good.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here again is McKinnon. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And this is Shepard on the jet sweep. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. It's hauled in by Shepard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 29, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 19. They'll try the left side. Warren. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd down, McKinnon. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy, sometimes having to hang out all day.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Forced out to his left. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll try the middle with Peterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. First down, here's White. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 3rd and 2, Doyle.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So the Broncos coming out now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Broncos on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Up the middle they go. It's Warren, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now here's Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mahomes now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And coming out now, the Broncos. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. This pass caught, it's Woods. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, run with McKinnon. Dances by him. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he'll find it. The ball comes out, and this belongs to the Vikings. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Following the fumble recovery, Doyle trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Taking it about the 1. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That's taken on the 25. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Doyle trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. One final try for Mahomes. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Minnesota, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.
T-Rag